Mm. Good morning. Good morning, child of God. I woke up super hungry this morning. So I decided I'll make me some breakfast. I was gonna do it before I went on, but you know what? We were always outside. I thought I'd be in the kitchen this morning. I'm gonna prepare me an omelet. And when I make an omelet, I usually use like 3 to 4 eggs, but that's only because my kids may come in after me picking up my plate, so I make an extra. So I add some extra eggs, but today it's just me today. It's just me this morning. So I'm gonna use 2 eggs. You know, moving out here, living out here, I've seen changes, in our lifestyle, you know, due to the culture here. For instance, one thing I've come to notice is that the foods here are fresh, and yes, we do have foods from the states that are here. We have Oreos, I've seen Kellogg's, Corn Flakes, Frosted Flakes, I believe, Rice Krispies, Oreo cookies, Sprite, all those are here. But I have to realize their foods, don't have a lot of preservatives, the foods that are here. And we have to remember that, when we first moved here, we just stocked up on groceries because, that's what we used to doing. We buy in bulk, we get all this food and pack it into our fridge and cupboards, And the thing we learned after that was, after 3 days, the food started going bad. So, oh my God, we can't eat all this food in 1 week, So that was something we learned, So we buy, up to like 2 to 3 days. So we may go to the grocery store like twice a week. Back then the state was one because we buy all in bulk, So that was an eye opener, and I saw where it helped because we don't consume as much, just eating because it's there, So I guess that was a plus, and I learned. And also with the power, we come to learn that power is prepaid. You pay for what you use. And I was like, at first I heard, I was like, what? That's crazy. But and I got to doing it, I remember back in the States, the Lord brought to my memory, back in the States, you stayed addicted to power company, But here, you pay for what you use, And that way, you're more conscious about leaving lights on and leaving all these electronics on when you walk out of a room and you're not coming back for a while, Now turn it off, you're not here. If you're leaving out the room, turn it off. Save your energy. So that was a plus. And living here, I've seen how much we consume, how much we used to consume when we lived back in the States, So like differences like that, I think now for the better, And those, so I got to rinse my bell pepper off. I used to have the stuff pre-ready, but I had to go rinse this off. And the reason a lot of these produce is like it's literally straight from the farm to the grocery store. Nowhere in between. No long travel where they have to, I guess, preserve, the fruits and vegetables. So when this bell pepper came straight out of someone's farm, like literally out the farm to the grocery store to my plate. You're like the farm could be next door to the grocery stores, in the same neighborhood. So that was good, And the traffic here, commuting here is, I still find it to be the strangest thing that there are no traffic lights, no stop signs. And yet, people get around, no accidents, nobody cussing each other out in the streets, or, stuff we used to. It just, they move in harmony, so much that it almost concerned me about me getting on the streets. I don't, you know what? I will take an Uber. And yes, Uber is here, you know. I'm comfortable taking Uber. Back then, in the States, I would never take Uber. I take my own car. I go where I want to go. But here, I don't want to bring my American ways to here and start causing all kinds of chaos, you know. And yes, that dude driving the other side of the roads also takes some getting used to. I mean, when we first got here, I was all get on the wrong side, like I was getting in the passenger seat, and I would actually get in the driver's seat. And the Uber guy looking at me, what are you doing? I get in the car. No, you're about to drive. Look down at the steering wheel. Oh my God, you know. And I did that a couple times. I think I still do from time to time. If I'm not aware that, you know, I'm not at home. You know. Let me flip this egg real quick. And yeah, I still miss home. I miss it. But I also have to realize that health-wise, I'm doing way much better, you know. And I think it's because of the foods we were eating back there, back in the States. Even though it was healthy, I think maybe the preservatives were having some kind of harmful effect on me, because since I've been here, I have not had a headache, you know, since I've been here. That in the States, I usually get headaches like every 2-3 days. I get hit with a headache, you know, and it's just terrible, you know. It had to be something in food that was just making me sick and run my blood pressure up and all the such stuff. Not here, it's pretty cool, you know.